The Third Children's World Peace Summit, sponsored by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan, will now begin. I am Yuriko Yamao, and I will be your moderator today. I am very honored to be here with all of you. First of all, the organizer of the Third Children's World Peace Summit, Ms. Naoko Tada, representative director of the Peace Project, will make an opening declaration. Thank you very much, Ms. Tada. Hello, everyone. Today, out of such a warm weather, hot weather, thank you very much for gathering together here today. I'm Naoko Tada, president of Peace Project. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the many people who have helped us to hold the Third Children's World Peace Summit today. Thank you very much. Thank you. The word peace in our Peace Project means both fragment and repose. As you can see in the heart logo on our pamphlet, we continue our activities to nurture children who will create peace. I was born and live in Hiroshima and lost my grandparents in the atomic bombing and battles in Hiroshima. When I was 13 years old, during my stay in the United States, I was asked, "Where are you from?" When I answered, "Hiroshima," I instantly experienced a dark mood on their faces. When I was a high school student, I volunteered to show students from Japan and around the world to the Peace Memorial Park, and was told that they did not want to come back to Hiroshima because it reminded them of the painful history of the atomic bombing. In reality, Hiroshima is an international city of peace that has successfully risen from the rubble. I wanted people to know that Hiroshima is a city that continues to wish for peace. But in peace studies in Japan, there are many opportunities to learn about the history of atomic bombs and war, but there are few opportunities to learn about how to create peace. That's how I started this project. We have continued peace activities that bring smiles to everyone's faces, such as making the world's largest origami crane with a total of 800 people, setting a Guinness record, and submitting 600,000 signatures for the bid for the Olympic Games, a festival of peace to be held in Hiroshima. Since 2020, we have been holding the Children's World Peace Summit, sponsored by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan, where children from around the world present their ideas for creating peace. We are aiming for 100 million children from 100 countries around the world to participate in the Osaka Kansai Expo in 2025. We have received more than 600 peace-creating ideas from 25 countries so far, and today, 11 representatives of children will present their ideas that were selected as the best among more than 200 ideas from 8 countries. Young people from age 10 and up thinking about peace and presenting their own ideas is a great hope for the realization of world peace. I would like to open this summit with the hope that the ideas presented at the summit will be a step toward the realization of world peace. Thank you very much for your kind attention. That was a speech by Ms. Naoko Tada, representative of the Peace Project. The Japanese national anthem will now be sung. Everyone please stand. Please note that from the viewpoint of countermeasures against the new coronavirus infection, only music will be played. We will now turn to Mr. Shinji Inoue, Honorary Advisor of the Children's World Peace Summit and a member of the House of Representatives of the Liberal Democratic Party, for his remarks. Mr. Inoue, please, the floor is yours. Thank you for your kind introduction. I am Shinji Inoue, the member of the House of Representatives, and also an honorary advisor of the Children's World Peace Summit. I congratulate you all for holding this Children's World Peace Summit today. On this occasion, I received our Prime Minister, Fumio Kishida, to present to you. I would like to introduce that to you. Congratulations on the third Children's World Peace Summit. And this is Fumio Kishida. To Ms. Tada, the director of the Peace Project, came from Hiroshima, where I was from as well, and is taking aggressive activity to promote children's education. Now we have a situation where Russia is invading Ukraine, and there's a possibility for Russia to use nuclear weapons. For the peace of children, especially, I would like to promote the war to protect children even more under such circumstances. The other day in New York, I attended the NPT summit and gave a speech there. In this Children's World Peace Summit, in order to achieve world peace, children themselves think very seriously and present their ideas to achieve that end. That is such a wonderful occasion, and I am very impressed by their own enthusiasm and vigorous activity. As a Prime Minister, I want to do well to compete with them, even to be compatible with their passion and their activity. As a conclusion, for the opening of the Children's World Peace Summit, all the people that contributed to holding this summit, I praise all of you, and also best wishes for all of you. Fumio Kishida, Prime Minister of Japan. So, I congratulate you on the holding of this Children's World Peace Summit with Ms. Tada and everyone supporting this activity, and also all the members on the jury, and especially the children representatives. I would like to congratulate you, and I honor your endeavor. Last year, when I was in charge of the Osaka International Exposition, I came to know Ms. Tada, and I came to know her vigorous activity in this purpose, and I have been supporting her whenever possible. From such perspective, it is so wonderful to me as well that they have been able to hold this Children's World Peace Summit. This year has had a very unfortunate event of Russia invading Ukraine. It cannot be tolerated. But this, with a turning point, gives us a good opportunity for us to think that what is peace? How can we improve peace in the world? And as our Prime Minister said, at UN and NPT meetings have been held to discuss the situation very seriously, and also on the 6th of this month marks our anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima as well. So taking this as an opportunity to think about how we can improve peace, that will be very important, especially for children who will be our future, to participate in a summit like this and express their own ideas. It's such a wonderful endeavor. Along the same lines, in less than 3 years, we will have an Osaka Kansai World Exposition in April 2025. At the event, we would like to promote the attraction that we at Japan has. It will be such a wonderful opportunity for us to promote that. So, with children present today, especially, I would like all of you to participate in that event as well. About 50 years ago, in 1975, Osaka World Exposition was held, and that was also a great opportunity and event. And children at the time held such a precious memory from that event. And after almost 50 years, now we are taking this opportunity to have this our new upcoming World Exposition a successful event for us to all consider what world peace really means. And also the Peace Project is contributing greatly to that end as well. I've been so looking forward to this occasion. Thank you very much, everyone, and congratulations.
はい、名誉顧問自由民主党衆議院議員の井上真司先生にご挨拶を頂戴いたしました。ありがとうございました。続きまして第3回
Now, we would like to have Ms. Natasha Guzy, the Ukrainian diva and banjo player, give a greeting representing the judges of the 3rd Children's World Peace Summit. First, here is her performance on video. Now we would have Ms. Natasha Guzy give us a greeting. Ms. Natasha Guzy, please. Hello everyone, I am Natasha Guzy. Today, I am very grateful to be able to join the 3rd Children's World Peace Summit as a special judge. As you all know, my hometown Ukraine, where I was born and grew up in, is in an extremely difficult situation now. Every day, precious lives are lost, and every day, sorrows and hatred are born. This problem is not only for Ukraine. It still remains everywhere in the world.
でも私たちは
But
ずっと昔から
we have been for a long
そし
time,
てこれからも
and we will also do so in the future,
願って
pray for peace.
その平和の実現のために一歩ずつ
And to step by step for the realization of peace, to make an
い
effort.
かないといけない。そうやって私たちが平和というものに
That will be
近づくことができると
the way
思っています。
for us to be able to reach that peace.
私は音楽家です。
I am a musician,
音楽に限らず芸術に
and
は
not only music,
人の
but
心を
art.
豊かにし
Overall,
て
it enriches the people's hearts.
悲しみを和らげ
It relieves the
勇
sorrows,
気や希望を与える
and it gives courage and hope.
大きな力があります。
It has that big power.
私は6歳の時
When I was 6 years old,
チェルノ
my
ブイリ原
father
発で働いていたの
was
で
working at the
原
Chernobyl
発から
nuclear plant.
わずか
So
3.5
we
キ
were
ロのところに
living
住んでいました。
only 3.5 kilometers away from the nuclear plant.
事故の後は
After the
避
accident,
難生活や
we had to evacuate.
学校でのいじめも
I've experienced being bullied at schools.
私と同じように被
Also,
爆した友達が
as with myself,
病気
my
になった
friends
り
who were affected by the radiation, exposed by the
亡くなったり
radiation, they
する
became
たび
ill
に
and they
次は
passed
自分の
away.
番ではないかと
Each
不安
time
になったり
I would get worried that next time
これ
it
まで
is
の人
perhaps
生で
my
は
turn.
辛いことや
Up until
悲し
now
い
in
こ
my
とが
life,
たくさんあり
there
ました。
has been many painful and sad things.
でもいつも私のそばには音楽があり
Music has always been by my side.
勇気づけ
It has given me courage.
励ましてくれました。
It has given me power.
そして今私は
And now,
その計り知れない音楽
the
の力を
infinite power of
皆さん
music,
に伝える
I am able to
音楽家になる
communicate
ことがで
that
きま
to
した。
you as a musician.
私は平和な世
I
界が
think that a peaceful world
芸術を育て
nurtures art,
芸術が
and
平和な
art
世界を保つのに
maintains the peaceful world.
大切な役割を果
It
たしている
plays
と
an important
思ってい
role
ます。
in that way.
私は音楽という芸術を
Through the arts of music,
平和な世界が訪れることを願って
I
努力をしていま
hope
す。
and make efforts for the realization of a peaceful
平和と
world.
芸術は
Peace and art,
双子の
they
兄弟
are like twin brothers or
だと
sisters.
思っています。その平和と
In
芸
order
術
for the peace
そして
and art,
その双子がこれから大
for
きく
that twin
育っていくよう
to
に
grow
皆さんが
bigger and stronger,
地球を受け継いでくれている若い
and
皆さんが
for the younger
どんな
generation
世界
who would inherit this earth,
どんな
what kind of world
平和の実
and
現を
what
目指し
kind
ていこ
of
うとしている
realization
の
of
か
peace do
今日
you
は
want
皆
to
さん
aim?
のお話を伺うのは
I
本当
am
に
very
楽しみ
looking
にして
forward
います。
to hearing your stories.
よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you.
ナターシャ・グジー様よりご挨拶を頂戴いたしました。続きまして、子どもディレクター。
We would like to have Children's Director Ms. Reiko Uchiumi explain the rules for the Children's World Peace Summit. Ms. Uchiumi, please.
子どもディレクターの内海玲子です。My name is Reiko Uchiumi, and I'm the director. 第3回子ども世界平和サミット参加のルールを説明します。I would like to explain the rules for the third Children's World Peace Summit. 参加資格は2022年8月3日の時点で10から19歳の方です。The participants must be 10 to 19 years old as of August 3rd, 2022. 持ち時間3分程度で自分自身の考えや体験、調査結果等に基づき、平和とは何か、自分が考える世界平和を作るアイデアを発表して応募します。Each participant submitted a 3-minute video elaborating their thoughts on what peace means to them, as well as their unique ideas on how to create a peaceful world. 第3回子ども世界平和サミット全体で世界8カ国の子どもたちから200件を超える応募があり、本日はその中でも特に素晴らしい発表をされた11名の子ども代表に集まっていただきました。The third Children's World Peace Summit received over 200 applications from children of 8 countries around the world. Today we are pleased to have 11 representatives who made particularly outstanding presentations. 本日、子ども代表11名の発表を聞いていただき、5人の審査員が1人の持ち点10点満点で審査し、その合計得点で3人のMost Peaceful賞を決定いたします。After 11 presentations, the 5 judges will grade each participant on a 10-point scale. The top 3 representatives with the highest points will be awarded the Most Peaceful Awards. 子ども代表たちの平和への思いが全世界に届くことを願っています。I sincerely hope that everyone's desire for peace will be spread all over the world. Thank you.
内海さん、ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。続きまして第3回子ども世界平和サミットにご協賛いただいておりますスポンサー企業様を映像にてご紹介いたします。まずは株式会社ビジョン様です。どうぞご覧ください。
志とビジョンを持ち、軽々と壁を越えていく人だけが未来を晴らすことができる。国境を越え、制約を越え、新たな革新と成長を目指す人へ Go Beyond。
第3回子ども世界平和サミット開催誠におめでとうございます。株式会社ビジョン代表取締役の佐野でございます。子どもたちから平和という言葉が多く出ることによって世界中が本当に平和になっていくと思います。また世界中の方々と交流することで世界に対する平和への思いももっと強くなっていくと思います。皆さんこの機会一生懸命頑張ってですね、平和の思いを伝えてください。
はい、株式会社ビジョン様の紹介映像をご覧いただきました。
That was a video message and introduction of Vision Incorporated. Next, corporate sponsor, TSP Company Limited.
太陽光のピンク社長、知ってる？電気は自分で作って自分で使う時代よ。家庭菜園みたいなもの？ そう電気も地産地消。屋根に太陽光発電設備をつけて自分で発電した電気を使うの。それのどこが新しいの？設備費用が0円ってことね。新しいでしょ。どうしてそんなことができるの？それはね、もう時間が。太陽光のピンク社長で検索。
はい、株式会社 TSP
Thank
様
you.
の紹介映像を
That
ご覧
was
いただ
the
きました。
company introduction of TSP Company
こ
Limited.
こで第3回
Now we would like to introduce the judges for the third Children's World Peace
皆様をご
Summit.
紹介させていただきます。まず宇宙飛行士山崎直子
Ms.
様です。
Naoko Yamazaki, astronauts.
はい、よろしくお願いいたします。続きまして先ほどご挨拶いただきましたナターシャ・グジ
Ms.
ー様です。
Natasha Guzy, who kindly gave a greeting earlier.
続きまして歌舞伎役者坂東彦三郎様
Mr.
です。
Hikosaburo Bando, kabuki actor.
続きまして歌舞伎役者坂東
Mr.
亀蔵
Kamezo
様です。
Bando, kabuki actor.
最後に
Lastly,
NHK エグゼクティブディレクタ
Mr.
ー
Toshifumi
片岡
Kataoka,
俊文様です。
Executive Director of NHK, Japan
以上、
Broadcasting
先生の皆
Corporation.
様をご紹介いたしました。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。それではこれより
We will now move on to the speeches by representatives of children from around the world who will present their ideas for achieving world peace.
最初の発表は
The first
野中
presenter
優奈さんで
is
す。
Yuna Nonaka.
スピーチ
The
テ
theme
ーマ
of
は
her speech
大
is
人が始めた
creating
戦
a
争
system
に
for
子
children
供が
to say
ノーと言え
no
る仕
to
組みを
words
作る
started by
です。
adults.
それでは
Ms.
野中さんよろ
Nonaka,
しくお
I
願
would
い
like
し
to
ます。
welcome you.
皆様盛大な
Everyone,
拍手を
please
お
give
願
her
い
a
し
warm
ます。
round of applause. Hello everyone,
ゆうなです。
my name is Yuna Nonaka.
2021年2月1日、ミャンマ
On
ーでク
February
ーデター
1st,
が起きました。
2021, there was a
その
coup
時、
in
私
Myanmar
はミャンマーに住んでいま
and
し
I
た。
was living there at the time.
クーデターの翌日から若
From
者
the
が
next day,
歌を歌
young
ったり、
people sang
音楽を
songs,
奏でたり、
played music,
平和的なデモを
and
行い、
held peaceful
その様子を
demonstrations,
SNS
which
で
they
世界
shared
に
with
発
the
信しまし
world
た。
on social networking sites.
若者たちがなぜその行動を取ったのか、皆さんは分かります
Do you
か？
know why?
それは国際社会への
It was
ア
an
ピールでし
appeal
た。
to the international community.
武力による支配はあ
Everyone
りえない。
thought there should be
この理不
no
尽
rule
を
by
国際
force,
社会が
and there
許
is
すは
no
ずが
way
な
the
い。
international community will
誰もが
allow
思って
this
いたからです。
unreasonableness.
私自身も
I also
国連や
believed that the
そ
UN,
して日本が
ASEAN, and
平和解
Japan
決のために
would act
行
to
動する
resolve the
と信じてい
situation
ました。
peacefully.
しかし国際社会は
But the international
傍観しまし
community
た。
stood by and
無
watched.
抵抗な国に対
The
し
country's
国
armed
の軍隊
forces
は
began
催涙
throwing
弾を投
tear
げ
gas
発砲
canisters
を始めまし
and
た。
firing on the unarmed population.
電話やインターネット
Telephone
が遮
lines
断され、
and the internet have been
たくさ
cut
んの
off.
人々が拘
Many
束され、
people have been detained.
1年半経った今でも
And
子供たちは
after a year and a
教育の機
half,
会を奪われ
children
てい
have
ま
been
す。
deprived of educational opportunities.
村を焼かれ、家族を失い、
Some young
武器を
people
取っ
had
て
their
戦
villages
うことを
burnt,
選んだ若者もいま
lost
す。
their families, and have chosen to take up arms and
私は
fight.
自分が見たことを伝えるため
I
に、
stand here today to tell you what I have seen.
私が考える平和
My
は
idea of
誰も
peace
が
is
自由に
that
学び、
everyone is free
自
to
分の未来
learn
を
and
選択で
choose
きる
their
こと
own
です。
future.
私は今、日
I
本
am
の伝
now
統文
using
化である
karuta,
カルタを使って
a
ミャ
traditional
ンマーの人
Japanese
々の
cultural
日常を
instrument,
伝える
to
活動を
tell
して
the
います。
daily lives of the people of Myanmar.
今、民主主義を求め
The
て
people
戦
who are
っている
fighting for
人々の願いは、
democracy now want to have their daily lives back,
学校
to
に行ったり、
eat with their
恋を
families,
したり、
to go to school, to fall in love, and so on.
でも、日本人の多
But
く
many
は、
Japanese
彼らの
people are
戦いに
indifferent to
無関
their
心です。
fight.
それは、そ
This
こに
is
生きる人々
because
の
they cannot see the faces of the people living there.
私は命の
I'm
ストーリ
working
ーを伝
on
え
a
るために
karuta
カル
project
タのプ
to
ロジェ
tell
クト
the
をしています。
stories of their lives. the war between Russia and Ukraine, and the coup in Myanmar. In wars started by adults, it is the future of children that is taken away. The conflicts in Myanmar and Russia have made me keenly aware of the danger of politics that does not reflect the will of the people. For the sake of world peace, I would like to create a system in which children can say no to wars started by adults. As a first step, I propose the introduction of a system that allows children to cast mock ballots at polling stations in Japan. I would also like all politicians to prepare a children's manifesto that a 10-year-old can understand. This will also provide accessibility to foreigners living in Japan, people with disabilities, and people who have never been interested in politics. I went to the House of Councillors election on July 10th. At the time, there were no tools for children to learn about the election at the polling station. We grew up without knowing anything about politics or elections. We are a free democracy, yet only 3 out of 10 young people in their 20s go to vote. In order to end the taboo of talking about political issues, we should learn from a young age through first-hand experience that we have the responsibility to choose our own future. Myanmar's problems are not those of a distant country. The problems of refugees and the problems of the specific skilled workers are also the problems of Japanese society. I went to the Atomic Bomb Museum in Hiroshima. Their lives are deprived by the wars in Japan as well. We are here because they pass on their lives to us. Because we were born in the times of peace, we are obliged to think about peace. Do you know who said, even if you don't think about politics, politics will think about you? It is the words of the father of Aung San Suu Kyi, who is still detained by the military. There are many countries in the world where democracy is not yet the norm. First of all, we Japanese people should start from Japan. We, Japanese, must protect democracy in Japan because it is a step toward world peace. Ms. Nonaka, now I would like to ask the jury to make a comment. Ms. Naoko Yamazaki, if you would, please. Ms. Nonaka, thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. You experienced coup firsthand in Myanmar. Based on that experience, you made such a powerful speech with a theme for peace. And thank you so much for conveying your message to everyone here. And also, thank you for your wonderful proposals as well, creating karuta to be able to see the faces of the lives in Myanmar, and also installing mock polling stations at Japanese polling stations for children. At the beginning, Mr. Inoue mentioned that the world of politics and also the young generations have to be bridged together in order for us to convey the messages from the young generations. From that perspective as well, that was very meaningful that you made such a powerful speech. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Yamazaki. Ms. Yuna Nonaka. Let's hear for Ms. Nonaka once again, everyone. Thank you very much.
The next speaker is Zango Dekauchek of Doromajit. The theme of his speech is to discuss and find compromises. Please welcome Mr. Zango Dekauchek. Let us give him a big round of applause, everyone.
Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles et Messieurs, honorables membres du jury, distingués invités, je vous adresse mes plus respectueuses salutations. Je me nomme Zango Dekauchek Abdul-Majid, élève admis en classe de terminale C au lycée d'excellence Alassane Ouattara de Grand Bassam, en Côte d'Ivoire. Le discours que je m'apprête à tenir devant vous aujourd'hui portera sur la paix. Je commencerai d'abord par vous donner la perception que j'ai de la paix. Par la suite, j'essayerai de montrer comment selon moi est-il possible de préserver la paix. La paix n'est pas un vain mot, mais un comportement. Cette phrase est la première définition de la paix que j'ai entendue et elle m'a changé. Cette définition était la façon dont Félix Houphouët-Boigny percevait la paix. Pour le premier président ivoirien, pour préserver la paix, il fallait avoir un bon comportement avec son voisinage. De nos jours, nous entendons parfois dire que la paix, c'est l'absence de la guerre. Néanmoins, je pense que cette définition est très limitative. Selon moi, lorsqu'on pense à la paix, on ne reste pas sur l'idée de suppression de la guerre, non. Lorsqu'on y pense, on conçoit aussi l'idée d'un monde où chacun regarderait l'autre comme il aurait aimé être perçu par ce dernier. Mieux, un monde où l'on pense à la conséquence sur la vie des autres lorsqu'on pose un acte. De cette façon, la paix pour moi commence dans la communauté, entre les membres de cette communauté, avant d'évoluer jusqu'à la relation entre les membres de cette communauté. De cette façon, je pense que la paix est l'absence de violence physique, psychologique et verbale dans une communauté entre chaque membre de cette communauté. Après avoir appris ce qu'est la paix, nous devons maintenant savoir comment chacun devrait agir afin de préserver la paix. Je soutiens l'idée selon laquelle la haine ne peut entraîner que la haine. Ainsi, les gens devraient discuter, trouver des compromis afin de préserver la paix. Par exemple, dans la vieille tradition africaine, lorsqu'un conflit survenait entre deux personnes, les personnes opposées à l'intérieur de ce conflit étaient convoquées sur l'arbre à palabre afin de s'expliquer et de résoudre ce problème par le dialogue. En effet, au cours de cette résolution de problème, chaque partie était priée de donner son avis concernant la situation qui les avait opposés. Je pense alors que la nouvelle génération devrait adopter ce processus séculaire de résolution des conflits afin d'éviter de nuire à la paix. Aussi, de mon expérience personnelle, j'ai appris que la paix ne peut être obtenue que par l'action individuelle. Effectivement, si chacun agit à son niveau, en faisant notamment preuve de tolérance, de solidarité, la paix sera préservée. Pour conclure, je recommande à toutes les communautés de procéder par vote lorsqu'il s'agit de prendre une décision. Aussi, personne ne devrait user de force pour imposer son idée. Pour finir, chaque personne devrait prendre en considération les sentiments et les idées des autres lorsqu'il s'agit de prendre une décision afin d'éviter les frustrations et ainsi éviter la guerre. Ces actes préserveront la paix entre les personnes de différentes communautés ou de différents pays. Ainsi, pour vulgariser ce système, je pense que les gouvernements du monde devraient l'enseigner au collège afin de montrer aux jeunes l'importance de la paix et comment la préserver. C'est ainsi que j'imagine la paix et je lutterai afin de préserver la paix dans le monde. Merci.
Thank you. Now we would like to hear from the judges for comments. Mr. Toshifumi Kataoka, please. Yes, Mr. Abdul Majid, a very powerful speech, thank you. It was wonderful. In order to protect world peace, you are willing to fight for it. This message was strongly conveyed to everyone. The initial trigger for you to think about what is peace. So peace is not a vain word, but is a behavior. This was a definition of peace by the first president, Ivorian president, Houphouët-Boigny. I am very impressed that there was such an amazing president in your country, Côte d'Ivoire. I learned this myself for the first time with this session. I think Cote d'Ivoire, it became independent on August 7th of 1960. So today is August 3rd. So your independence anniversary is in 4 days. And on August 6th, the day before that, what happened? In Japan, actually, Tada-san, the representative of Peace Project of the summit, she has witnessed in Hiroshima the August 6th Hiroshima atomic bombing, and this made her proactive in peace projects. And in August 9th, there was the atomic bomb in Nagasaki. So now is the best timing, I think, for everyone to think about peace and make speeches. There are two things that I would like to have you think, Abdul-Majid-san, in the future. So your ancestors, you mentioned that they discussed things under the coral tree to resolve problems. So, what do you think would be the coral tree for people in the time and era now? You want people to discuss things under the tree of coral so people can make compromises, right? So that is something that I want you to think about in the future. What can be that coral tree? Secondly, you mentioned that in the manga comic Naruto, you learned that hate can only cause hate. So, when you encounter a presence that breaks and destroys peace right in front of you, when you encounter that, well, what would you do? This is a critical issue for all humankind. If you give hate to the object that has destroyed peace, would that really work? Because as you say, Abdul-Majid-san, hatred can only create hatred. And I want you to think about it and think about how you can realize the peaceful world in the future. Thank you, Abdul-Majid-san. Please, everybody, give him a big round of applause once again. Next speaker is Ms. Mirei Kadonaga. The theme of her speech is the establishment of a global medical call system. Okay, Ms. Mirei Kadonaga, please. Please give her a warm round of applause, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Mirei Kadonaga, and I am from Kyoto, Japan. For me, peace is when everyone can have a smile on their face. To be a doctor so I can make as many people smile as possible. That has been my dream since I was a little girl. When I was 9, I was an escort kid for the FIFA World Cup in Brazil. I met children from around the world such as USA, Iran, Argentina, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Germany through football and games. We didn't understand each other's languages, but we all had big smiles on our faces and shared a very enjoyable time playing together. Those countless smiles are still my most precious treasures. Smiles have no borders. However, there are significant differences in healthcare standards among countries and regions. According to WHO data, in some countries such as Japan, life expectancy is in the 80s, but in others it is in the 50s. UNICEF data also shows that the mortality rate for 1,000 infants is 1 in Japan, Sweden, and other countries, while it is 43 in another. In order to protect smiles around the world, it is firstly important to eliminate global disparities in healthcare, the foundation of life, to ensure that people have equal access to appropriate healthcare, regardless of where they are born or their circumstances. Japan not only excels in advanced medical care, but also has a universal health insurance system and a very high level of hygiene awareness. Hence, I feel that Japan has a particularly important role to play in the 3 SDGs goals. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 10, reduce inequalities. Number 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions.
平和と公正をすべての人にの3つのゴールにおいて期待される役割は特に大きいと感じています。そこで私は
I propose to build a system called the Global Medical Call, which can be used by anyone in the world when they need help with physical or mental health issues. I want to create a contact point where, if needed, people can talk to medical workers via phone or chat 24 hours a day from anywhere. Medical workers across borders will collaborate. We will have built-in translation tools so that users needing support at midnight can be responded by workers from other countries which are in their daytime. Workers will respond remotely. So, for example, if they're raising children, they can respond in their spare time, such as during their children's nap time. So that the healthcare workers do not get burdened. Everyone can use this system casually and without concerns. So, I would like to ask you, my dear adults, for your help. Your cooperation is essential for the operation of my idea, the Global Medical Call. In particular, I would like to ask leaders who can have a large impact on society to develop networks and set up infrastructure so that anyone can use the system at any time when they need support. Also, there may be some people who do not have PCs or smartphones. So, as with a library where books can be read at any time, I think we need an internet home where PCs and tablets can be used at any time. They need not be newly built, but can simply be attached to existing buildings such as city offices. If everyone in the world who is in need of help can confide in each other about their physical and mental problems and start taking care of themselves first, they will surely become kinder to the people around them. In this way, I believe the circle of smiles will spread around the world. Even though we speak different languages, a smile can be understood by anyone. When I smiled at a baby I met in India and said in Japanese, "Kawaii ne," meaning "you're so cute," the baby gave me a big smile. There is no difference in the preciousness of each and every life in the world. Eliminating disparities in healthcare will be a major stepping stone to bringing smiles to people all over the world. In other words, to world peace. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much. Now we would like to ask the judges for comments. Miss Natasha Guzy, please. Miss Mire, thank you for the lovely speech and your lovely smile. To be able to be smiling. And the more people are smiling, that will lead to peace. Yes, I feel that it is a common value in the world. It was a wonderful story. It is something that can be said for everyone in the world. And for that peace, everyone to be able to have the health for psychological and physical situation on an equal manner. Yes, I agree with you completely. So, in the future, there will be many technologies that will become more advanced, intercommunications, healthcare technology. So, the world of peace that you're envisioning, Mireille-san, perhaps it may come slightly earlier. It can be realized slightly earlier than you imagine, and I really hope it can be realized earlier. Peace is for us to be healthy and to be able to smile. Yes, that would be the way for us to be able to reach that peace. That is my understanding too. So I hope that your dream, Mirei-san, would become true. I would like to support you. Thank you for your wonderful speech once again. Thank you. That was Miss Mirei Kadonaga. Please, everybody, give her a warm round of applause once again.
The next presenter is Ritus Bouchersitis. The theme of his speech is Seeing Each Other as Our Friends. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Ritis by giving him a warm round of applause.
Hello, my name is Ritas. I'm from Lithuania. I'm in the 3rd grade. My school is Kaunas Panemunė Primary School. It is an honor to stand here and speak about peace. My dad is a soldier, and he says that peace is when there is no war. My mom is a lawyer, and she says that peace is when agreements are respected. I think peace is when nobody is angry, everybody is friends with each other. For there to be peace in the world, we have to see each other as our friends. After all, we always help our friends, we don't get angry with them. A Lithuanian proverb says you will never know a friend by accident. This means that only true friends will extend you a helping hand when you are in trouble. I am proud of Lithuania, which is friends with its neighbors. I'm proud of my country for extending a helping hand and granting a helping hand to countries seeking democracy. My hometown Kaunas is special. It has a monument to Chiyune Sugihara, who extended a helping hand and granted life visas to thousands of Jewish people. The history of my nation and of Europe as a whole shows that only cooperation between people and human rights is the path to peace. A day when you only have friends around you is one day closer to peace. To make friends, we need to get to know each other, to know and understand what is important to the other and why. Tell our own story and hear the others. Find out what unites us. Equally important is to respect each other's differences.
ありがとうございました。はい、ありがとうございました。それでは
Thank you very much. I would like to invite a jury member to make a comment. Mr. Hiko Saburo Bando, to give him a comment, please. Thank you for your comment. Were you nervous at all? We adults have to work hard to keep you smiling. That's how I felt. No one is angry, everyone's friends with each other. Such a wonderful and important concept. However, in the world nowadays, within the household even, there are quarrels, there are fights between couples, there are fights between family members. No major or minor, there are fights, there are quarrels, there are conflicts. That is our daily lives. That is abnormal, I would say. I strongly felt that. That is very abnormal, the situation that we have right now. And according to what you said, our homework as human beings, we want to get rid of all the weapons. We want to hold hands with each other and cooperate in achieving peace. I have a child who is the same age as you. I don't think he had such a high consciousness about peace like you. So when I go home today, I'd like to ask him what he thinks about peace. Dialogue like this in order to prevent fight or war. Your proposal to that and was very wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And this was Ritis Batrosaitis. Everyone, let's hear for Mr. Ritis once again.
The next speaker is Miss Yuki Ito. Unfortunately, she is not feeling well and she could not join us today in person, but we do have a speech from her in video. The theme of her speech is spreading the Itadakimasu illustrated book to help people feel the invisible lives. Hello everyone, my name is Yuki Ito, a 6th grader in elementary school. My aspiration is to create a society where people around the world can appreciate things and other people and cherish each and every day. I believe that realizing this aspiration is the path to world peace. What do you usually say before eating a meal? I say, "Itadakimasu," which literally means I will receive in Japanese, in a polite form showing respect to the opponent. Itadakimasu actually means, in this case, I will receive your life. It is a mindset to appreciate the blessings of nature and to understand the layers of hard work by many people. If only people around the globe could notice and appreciate the invisible lives, I believe that environmental, human rights, and poverty issues would disappear. So, to help us feel those intangible lives, I have created an Itadakimasu illustrated book. I was able to understand that before food is prepared on the table, many lives and people's labors contribute to it. And the same is true for other things as well. This world functions thanks to numerous work done by others, and that we are alive thanks to those work we cannot see but is done by others. To all of you who work every day, thank you so much. I have had days when I have been somewhat absent-minded and unappreciative. I think I was only thinking about myself and looking only at the present. However, by becoming aware of the Itadakimasu spirits, I have come to realize that I am alive today because I have inherited numberless lives and the thoughts of numberless people. In other words, I realize that the time I have includes not only mine, but also of all the lives I've eaten and of those who have taken care of me. And it is up to you to decide how you want to spend that precious time. You are free to waste it or to use it effectively. I would like to spread the Itadakimasu spirit more throughout Japan and around the world. I believe that if we do this, people in the world will be able to appreciate things and others and cherish each day more. If we can notice small appreciations, I think we can take even negative comments positively, think about others' feelings, and understand the feelings of things that do not speak. So, why don't you join us? Let's create the Itadakimasu illustrated book together. I would like to make the world peaceful with the Itadakimasu spirits. That will be all from me. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you. That was Miss Yuki Ito. Now we would like to hear from the judges for comments. Mr. Kamezo Bando, please. Ito-san, thank you for your wonderful speech, speaking very clearly. Yes, so itadakimasu means I will receive your life. I think you became aware of such an important thing. I myself, yes, always say itadakimasu before having a meal, but I think perhaps we don't really think about the true meaning of it. I also have a twin daughter who are 2 years old, and I will make sure that I will tell them what itadakimasu mean when we have a meal. Also, the invisible lives, lives we cannot see. How can we make everyone aware of these lives? With this Itadakimasu illustrated book, yes, I think this is quite intriguing, the name Itadakimasu Zukan, illustrated picture book. The details are very easy to understand, and everybody can understand it. And lastly, it is up to you to decide how you want to spend the precious time. You can waste it or use it effectively. This really resonated with me. Yes. Rather than regretting not doing something, yes, I think it's better to regret having done something. So perhaps if you try something for the first time, you may not be able to succeed. But yes, please, I look forward for your efforts to spread the Itadakimasu spirits around the world. Thank you for your speech.
The next presenter is Mr. Haruta Otaki. The theme of his speech is Personality Diagnostic Test that analyzes users' personality and links it to the career envisioned in 2030. Now, Mr. Otaki, I would like to welcome you. Everyone, please give a big round of applause.
Hello, my name is Haruta Otaki, a 12th grade student from Japan. In my opinion, one achieves peace when a certain need is met. It could be physiological, safety, love, esteem, or self-actualization. So today, I want to introduce you to my idea, one that reaches a helping hand and offers all an opportunity to fulfill their respective needs they so much desire. A new implementation to modern education. Living overseas for a total of 7 years, I was able to notice two aspects normalized in the education system of Japan. Lack of lectures on social relevance, and insufficient career education. Instead, present education holds an extreme focus on extrinsic learning intentions, resulting in hyper-competitiveness and overwhelming demands for students. Due to the rapid technological advancement and constant change, youth are also victimized to the intensifying anxiety of the future. To guide people to job search clarity and high self-awareness, I founded Find Your Career 2030. FYC 2030 provides an algorithmic assessment for students from grades 8 to 9, which analyzes the test taker's personality and links them to careers of 2030, where their personalities are in most demand. The FYC examination is divided into two phases: situation-based questions and technical skill evaluation. In our situation-based questions, we compel students to tackle real-life problems using their personal beliefs. It works to analyze their personality and output 4 most fit career fields of the future. In technical skill evaluation, we aim to narrow down these 4 career fields into one and introduce 3 emerging careers from that line of work. Through the project, we look to trigger the demand for self-actualization and cast light onto the unpredictable futures of youth. Currently, the first phase of the FYC examination is public. It has impacted the lives of over 170 young people across 25 countries, displaying a 90.5% personality evaluation accuracy and a 94.1% user endorsement rate on its effectiveness and methodology. Next month, we are on track to introduce the assessment to junior high schools in my community. Our ultimate mission is to implement the FYC examination into the modern curriculum and realize my dream of supporting all upcoming generations of youth to achieve personal success through finding their careers that fit their personal visions the most. Together, let's resurrect the fun and exciting aspects of learning and lead the way to a better future, one where there is peace. Thank you.
はい、ありがとうございました。 それでは審査員にコメントいただきたい
Thank you
と
very
思いま
much.
す。
I would like to invite a comment from the jury member, Ms. Naoko Yamazaki, if you would, please. Thank you, Mr. Otaki, for your inspiring speech. I was impressed with your activity, voluminous activity, and aggressive activity. You thought of an idea and you just jumped ahead and started taking activity all over 25 countries. And how many teammates do you have? I'm by myself. I'm doing this activity all by myself. I'm so impressed. And junior high school students don't know what to do in the future in many occasions. And around that age, there are so many possibilities, but to receive advice regarding what you could do or they could do in the future, be very innovative. And you compare the situations between Japan and the world where you used to live, and the foreign countries where you used to live. That was very wonderful that you compare data between several countries, and you have an intention of spread this activity over a community, and I am in support of your activity wholeheartedly. Thank you very much. Thank you. This was Haruta Otaki. Let's hear from Haruta Otaki once again, everyone.
Next speaker is Moto Hale Marie-France. The theme of her speech is TikTok to create a trend. Okay, Ms. Moto Hale Marie-France, please. Let us give her a warm round of applause.
Bonjour à tous. Je me nomme Moto Harley Marie-France, élève ivoirienne de 16 ans, admise en classe de première C au lycée d'excellence Alassane Ouattara de Grand Bassam. J'ai fait un rêve dans lequel les hommes avaient assassiné le diable et pris sa place. Ils avaient toutes sortes de missiles. Ils se croyaient être le Messie, puisqu'ils décidaient de qui décédait et qui vivait. L'ivraie avait corrompu les bons grains, et du nord au sud, de l'est à l'ouest, on louait des cultes aux armes nucléaires, aux kalachnikovs, aux fusils d'assaut. Pris de peur, j'ai voulu ouvrir les yeux pensant que je rêvais. Mais j'étais bel et bien dans le vrai. J'ai prié de toutes mes forces que ce soit faux, que ces femmes agonisant de leur propre sang, ces adolescents qu'on faisait circoncis de force, ces adolescentes violées, ces hommes poignardés pour une poignée de pouvoir, pour 10, 20, 30 millions de francs, ne soient qu'un mirage. J'ai voulu que ce fût un rêve bref ou même une trêve. Mais hélas, c'était vrai. Les hommes avaient commis l'adultère en trahissant la paix. Si jusqu'à présent nous vivons dans un monde dépourvu de paix, c'est par manque de volonté et de courage pour parvenir à celle-ci. Les blessures existantes continueront de faire mal. Jamais ne disparaîtront, car il y aura toujours la cicatrice. L'essentiel, c'est de surmonter tous nos problèmes et de chercher à avancer. Ranger les âmes pour sauver les âmes. Ne pas chercher à savoir la religion de l'autre avant de l'aider, ni même sa race, sa classe sociale. En effet, la paix dans le monde commence par soi-même. C'est en cela que de mon côté, je propose une idée pour y arriver. Rares sont les personnes qui prétendraient ne pas aimer la musique ou même la danse. Cela saute aux yeux que le monde est de plus en plus séduit par celle-ci. Alors, pourquoi ne pas en tirer profit? Si la danse ne viendra pas jusqu'à nous toute seule, c'est à nous de danser jusqu'à elle tout en prenant du bon temps, car la joie nous ouvre le cœur. Alors, j'ai décidé de créer une tendance de danse TikTok appelée Peace Dance que chaque personne pourra exécuter pour ainsi intégrer une partie de ce puzzle qu'est la paix.
Thank you. Now we would like to hear from our judges for comments. Mr. Toshifumi Kataoka, please. Ms. Moto Hale Marie-France, thank you for your powerful speech. Another student from Koto d'Ivoire And another quote from the first Ivorian president, peace is not a vain word, it is a behavior. So I strongly feel how impactful this phrase is. Technology can be used for positive or negative situations. So TikTok is an internet technology which allows the bridging and the expanding the potential of each and every person and their peace. So your generation, please have the potential to utilize that technology in a positive manner or in a negative manner. And I would like all of you to try and use it in a peaceful and positive manner. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, everybody give her another round of applause. Next speaker is Mr. Reo Shimomura. The theme of his speech is a children class where children from around the world teach each other about their own countries. Okay, Mr. Shimomura, please. Hello. My name is Reo Shimomura and I live in Shizuoka, Japan. I like doing origamis. My idea of peace is a world where all children have confidence in themselves and can respect others. The idea to realize this is having a children's class run by children. There are many children of foreign nationals in my elementary school. Once there was a student in my class who came from Brazil. I taught my new friend various things such as Japanese about the school and Japanese games. When I introduced things that I had felt were quite normal for me, my friend was happy and surprised. And this made me happy. For example, when I showed my friend how to do origami, which I love, or when I wrote letters in calligraphy class. I also learned the Brazilian language and lifestyle from my new friend. There were a lot of things that were different from Japan. I was amazed, and it made me want to know more. By learning about the other's countries in this way, we can come to like and respect others. And when you introduce your own country and it makes others happy, you can feel confident about yourself. This is indeed what I consider a peaceful world. The idea to realize this is to open children's classes around the world. Children from all over the world will teach each other about their own countries, just as I did with my friend from Brazil. Anyone can open a children's class. So we, as children, will start creating the peaceful world. For example, we can hold classes at home or at a community center, or use social networking services or YouTube to share games and school activities with those in the world. What is normal for you is not normal for everyone in the world. Qualifications, textbooks, or tools are unnecessary. We ourselves are the teaching materials. There are many foreign nationals in Japan now. We have also welcomed children refugees from Ukraine. I would like to provide opportunities for these children to join the classes so that they can live in Japan with confidence. I would like to expand the children's classes to all over the world and bring about a peaceful world full of confidence and respect. Thank you. Now we'd like to hear from the judges for comments. Ms. Natasha Guzy, please. Leo-kun, such a wonderful idea. Thank you for sharing. We are adults now, but we are still learning every day. And to be the one to be teaching something, maybe there are less opportunities, even for us adults, to teach something correctly to someone, be it music or sports. For that, what's important is that for yourself, to be able to understand it. Children to teach each other. Yes, that idea is really impressive. By doing so, well, first of all, your own culture your own country, traditional values, you will first start learning about that. And then next, when you communicate it to other people, you understand the differences with their cultures and countries and the ways of thinking. And it is normal to be different. But for us to respect those differences with each other and to understand each other, to make an effort, that is something that is crucial even for us adults. And that is what would lead us to peace. Thank you for your lovely speech once again. Thank you. That was Mr. Reo Shimamura. Please give him a round of applause, everyone.
The next presenter is Mr. Hadita bin Taimur. The theme of his speech is Peace as the Common Language of the World. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Hadi bin Taimur. May I have your warm applause?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Hadi bin Taimur, and I'm going to be speaking to you about peace. To begin, peace is important because it is one of the few universal languages in the world. We all are able to speak this language. Peace is a concept of societal friendship and harmony in which there's no hostility and no violence. In social terms, we use it commonly to refer to as the lack of conflict such as war. Thus, it is freedom from fear of violence between individuals or between groups. Peace is the bold, courageous, and ultimate response to the notion that violence provides any viable solution for the conflicts of our world. Where war destroys and tears apart, peace builds, strengthens, and restores. Peace is an essential underpinning of development. Conflict guts economies, wrecks societies, and breaks social bonds. It does incredible amounts of damage in ways that makes it difficult for countries to recover, to grow, and to thrive. With this knowledge, it is our job as global citizens to do our best to achieve peace and prosperity in our world. There are many ways to achieve global peace, but in my opinion, the best way to do this is to not pursue any conflict and to resolve all issues through non-violent manners. We need to learn to empathize with other people with different backgrounds, cultures, and traditions, whether it be race, religion, gender, or beliefs. We also need to empathize and support the rights of people being oppressed, persecuted, and discriminated against. Additionally, we should put aside differences and learn about the perspectives of each other because it gives us a better understanding of our world. To stop violence, we should also educate people on why violence is not a proper response to issues and why we should solve all issues peacefully. Society is making good progress towards the direction of peace, but I hope that more people can contribute to this project, and I hope for a safe, peaceful, and prosperous future for our world. Peace is one of the few universal languages we speak, so let's all come together and use it for the better of our world. Thank you.
はい、ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much. I would like to invite jury member to make a comment. Mr. Hikosaburo Banda, if you would please. That was such a powerful speech. Your eyes were also strong. And you said there's only one common language or universal language, which is peace. And that resonated with me so much. In Japan, or rather, I was born after the war, so I'm not very familiar with war myself, but in my daily lives, what is peace? Rather than thinking about it, I am thinking about what is happiness. So the difference between peace and happiness, I was thinking about it according to what you were saying, which is very interesting. So you made a wonderful speech for us all, and I feel like adults are not living up to our children's expectations. When I go home, I will take it as my homework to think seriously about this issue. And among what you said it's very important to educate people to recognize peace as our universal concept, the most important universal concept in order for us to move toward peace. It's very important, and that also resonated with me so strongly. Thank you so much for your wonderful speech. Thank you for your comment. And that was the speech by Mr. Hadi Bintaimur. Please give a big round of applause once again.
The next speaker is Mr. Rui Kondo. The theme of his speech is communicating the attractiveness of home countries through SNS. Okay, Mr. Rui Kondo, please everyone give him a huge round of an applause. Hello everyone, my name is Rui Kondo. I would like to talk to you about my vision of peace. The world is becoming increasingly internationalized, with more and more people having children with mixed roots and close ties to more than one country. I too have mixed roots, born between an African French father and a Japanese mother. Among these people, there are those whose home country or countries they care about are at war with each other or in a state of tension. Some of them may be discriminated against because they are from enemy countries. I think this is very sad and painful. The peaceful world I envision is one in which countries that care about each other can laugh heartily with each other, getting along well and joining each other's hands. I believe in order to realize this, that people like us who are familiar with diverse cultures and know the good points of both sides to become the bridges. That would be the shortcut. Building bridges is not a matter handled merely as diplomats or politicians. Nowadays, the entire world is connected by the internet. Apologies. Since it is connected by the internet, I think it is possible to make full use of social networking services and communicate the culture and attractiveness of our home country to other home countries. For example, in my case, I would like to introduce wonderful things about the French culture to the people of Japan, and let the people of France and Côte d'Ivoire know the wonderful things about the Japanese culture. In my opinion, what I like about the Japanese people is that they are polite and trustworthy. In fact, several years ago, my relatives who came to Japan were so impressed by the cleanliness of the city and the kindness of the people that they returned home as fans of Japan. I also think that one of the good things about France is its culture of accepting diversity. From now on, I hope to bring the world a little closer to the peaceful world I envision, communicating the attractiveness of my home country to others. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you for your speech. Now we would like to hear from the judges for comments. Mr. Kamezo Bando, please. Thank you, Kondo-san, for your speech. I myself, actually, when I was in high school, I did a study abroad in the UK, and I met different people from different countries, and I felt that foreign nationals, they are quite proud of their country's history and their cultures, and they would proactively share them to me, and they would initiate the communications, and but then I couldn't really speak in English well, so I couldn't communicate very well. But Kondo-kun, I am not worried about you in that matter. And you mentioned that with SNS, you want to introduce the wonderful things about Japanese culture to those in France and Côte d'Ivoire. There were other kids talking about karuta, the cards, and I myself is a kabuki actor. Kabuki is a Japanese traditional art, and I would love for you to include kabuki in the art that you will be using to communicate through SNS. I really support your efforts in the future. Thank you. It was a speech by Mr. Rui Kondo. Please give him a round of applause, everyone.
The next presentation will be our very last one. The presenter is Ms. Yuka Takenaka. The theme of her speech is Together with People Around the World, we will protect the world heritage, a common treasure of humanity, and pass it on to future generations to create a peaceful and bright world. Now, Ms. Takenaka, I would like to welcome you onto the stage. Please give her a very warm round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hi, my name is Yuka Takenaka. I'm 15 years old and I go to Suito Kokusai Senior High School. I'm so happy to be here and see you all today. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to speak my message in front of all these brilliant people and people of all different backgrounds. I really love my Japanese culture and I love connecting with people from other countries. I've been doing the volunteer work called Nagomi Visit since I was little. Through this volunteer work, I accept the guests from other countries at my house and welcome them by serving Japanese traditional dishes. I introduce them to Japanese culture by performing sword fighting, Japanese traditional dances, and handmade picture story shows. I love to hear they love my country, Japan, and I also like to hear about their countries. These intercultural conversations make us come to like our countries more and more. My life has taught me the importance of learning, finding, and understanding the different countries' cultures. And I realized that accepting the differences in value and diversity through international exchanges allow us to deeply understand each other's, regardless to the nation, ethnicity, race, gender, or religion. And this leads to make the world a peaceful place for all of us. I started to learn and work to preserve the World Heritage Sites and deepen my understanding of my country and other countries as an approved and active member of the World Heritage Organization. World Heritage Sites are designated by the United Nations for having cultural and or natural sites of outstanding universal value, which are important across the countries and generations. While the World Heritage Sites have outstanding value in many aspects, they are also a tragic reminder of war, racism, or slavery, the reminder of the things that we must stop from recurring ever again. By being able to connect to our history and culture, we can learn about our own and other countries' cultures. If we are able to do this collectively, we can share a common understanding on how important and precious it is that we have been handed down such an amazing history and have something that unites us. I will speak on the importance of preserving our world heritage to make the world a better place, especially to the next generations. This is only possible if we work together as a one world. So, I will amongst many like-minded teenagers as we join forces to make the world a better place for all of us because we are the future of this world. We are the future of this world. And I will be a role model for teens all over the world. And I am ready to bring your world and mine together as the bridge between Japan and the world. Let's move one step closer to realize a peaceful world. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. ありがとうございました。
はい、ありがとうございました。それでは審査員にコメントをいただきたいと思います。山崎直子様、お願いいたします。
はい、とても笑顔があふれるかつとても力強いスピーチをありがとうございました。
A powerful speech with your smiley face. I was very moved and impressed. Just like Mr. Bando said, when I was studying abroad myself, I experienced lots of communication with people from other countries, and I was frustrated that I could not convey or express or explain well what Japanese culture is all about. So it is very important to accept people of other cultures and also to be able to explain your culture. And Ms. Takenaka, you have been doing that marvelously, and you said it's very important to respect each other regardless of each other's backgrounds. I thought that was wonderful, and also protecting world heritage means that we have to convey the deep or dark history of that as well to the world. I am in support of you. Thank you very much, Mr. Takenaka. Thank you. That was a speech by Ms. Yuka Takenaka. Please give a big round of applause once again, everyone. This concludes the speeches of all the children's representatives. Once again, a big round of applause to all of them for delivering such wonderful speeches. We will now resume. I would now like to invite the representatives of embassies to deliver their speeches for the Children's World Peace Summit. First of all, I would like to invite His Excellency Mr. Jerome Ware, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary Embassy of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire. I would now like to welcome His Excellency Mr. Jerome Claude Ware.
皆様、こんにちは。Mon japonais s'arrête là. Je suis Jérôme Claude Ware, l'ambassadeur de Côte d'Ivoire au Japon. Je voudrais remercier les organisateurs qui me donnent l'occasion de m'exprimer à cette tribune. Madame Tada de Peace Project, Monsieur Inouï, Excellences et chers collègues, Messieurs les ambassadeurs Philippe Seton de France, Gorgui Sis du Sénégal et Mohamed Eloumi de Tunisie. Et chers collègues des ambassades du Pakistan et également de la Lituanie. Chers jeunes participants, mesdames et messieurs, c'est avec une grande joie que je me retrouve ici à l'occasion de ce 3e sommet mondial des enfants pour la paix. Cette joie est doublée d'un grand bonheur lorsque la rencontre de ce jour nous invite à parler de la paix mondiale, une notion chère à mon pays, la Côte d'Ivoire. C'est également un grand insigne d'honneur pour moi que la Côte d'Ivoire soit représentée par 2 de ses élèves issus du lycée d'excellence de Grand Bassam à Alassane Ouattara. Je voudrais donc adresser mes sincères remerciements aux organisateurs qui ont permis le déplacement de ces jeunes gens. Je voudrais également saluer les jeunes camarades d'autres nationalités, d'autres pays pour venir échanger sur la notion de paix. Ces adolescents représentent les pays et, au cours des échanges que nous avons suivis, ont donné leurs idées, leurs propositions pour consolider la paix dans le monde. Pour ma part, je salue le noble objectif de ce sommet qui consiste d'une part à donner aux enfants l'opportunité d'apprendre et de penser de manière proactive à la paix avec les amis d'autres nationalités, mais également les amener à jouer un rôle actif au sein de la communauté internationale. Excellences, mesdames et messieurs, rechercher la paix est plus que jamais d'actualité dans le monde d'aujourd'hui. En effet, l'actualité quotidienne démontre éloquemment combien le monde a soif de paix, tant il est en proie aux difficultés de tout genre et des difficultés de plus en plus violentes. La situation mondiale nous rappelle non seulement l'urgence de consolider les valeurs qui font de nos différences une force et une richesse, mais surtout, elle évoque la nécessité de surmonter ensemble les nouveaux défis auxquels nous sommes confrontés. De même, les incertitudes et menaces contre la paix et la sécurité internationale, les atteintes aux droits de l'homme et à la démocratie, la radicalisation et l'extrémisme violent, ainsi que le terrorisme, entraînent l'érosion progressive de la solidarité et le repli identitaire. Toutes choses contraires à l'idéal de vivre ensemble. À ce stade de mon propos, je voudrais rappeler à juste titre la célèbre citation du premier président de la Côte d'Ivoire, et mes jeunes compatriotes qui m'ont précédé à ce micro l'ont rappelé. Le président Houphouët-Boigny disait « La paix, ce n'est pas un mot, c'est un comportement ». Qu'est-ce qu'il voulait dire le président? Il ne suffit pas de dire la paix, la paix, la paix, pour qu'il y ait la paix, mais il faut joindre cela à son comportement. En effet, selon la conception du président Houphouët-Boigny, partagée par tous les Ivoiriens, la paix ne peut être effective sans la transformation des attitudes et des conduites tant individuelles que collectives. C'est ce que je venais de dire tout à l'heure. C'est pourquoi nous devons éduquer l'esprit et le cœur des enfants à la paix. C'est du reste ce que l'UNESCO proclame en affirmant que, je cite, « Les guerres prenant naissance dans l'esprit des hommes, c'est dans l'esprit des hommes que doit naître la défense de la paix. » Fin de citation. Dès lors, l'éducation à la paix se doit de travailler les comportements et les attitudes, y compris en situation de violence. Or, dans le système actuel d'éducation, il y a des occasions d'apprendre l'histoire de la guerre, mais il y a peu d'occasions d'apprendre comment construire la paix. La règle d'or de l'éducation à la paix pour une transformation pacifique de l'homme et de la société serait donc d'éduquer les enfants pour la non-violence et pour la paix. L'éducation à la non-violence et à la paix promeut l'ouverture à l'autre, l'empathie, la prise en compte et le respect des différences en vue de former de futurs citoyens responsables et engagés dans la construction d'une société solidaire capable de relever le défi de vivre ensemble. Il s'agit d'apprendre à nos enfants à construire un monde de plus en plus juste, plus fraternel, dans lequel les conflits sont gérés de façon non violente. C'est un de mes compatriotes également, les jeunes gens, tous les jeunes gens d'abord l'ont dit, non violente, car dans le champ de l'éducation, la paix doit être une discipline à part entière. Elle sera plus noble de toutes les disciplines parce que l'avenir même de l'humanité en dépend. En conclusion, je voudrais dire que pour vivre dans un monde meilleur, tout être humain doit avoir un objectif, la haine et la guerre. Une seule obsession, la culture de la paix. La paix des cœurs, la paix sociale, la paix entre les nations. En effet, c'est dans la richesse effrénée de ces deux objectifs, à savoir la haine de la guerre et la culture de la paix, que nous parviendrons à ce monde meilleur. Un monde où la paix doit être la seconde religion. La seconde religion, suivant la volonté du président Houphouët-Boigny que nous faisons encore, parce que le président Houphouët-Boigny disait que la paix doit être la seconde religion de tout être humain, comme elle est la seconde religion de la Côte d'Ivoire et des Ivoiriens. Je voudrais féliciter les jeunes participants qui ont éloquemment fait partager leurs propositions de paix, leurs visions de paix au monde, car ce sont eux demain les acteurs de ce monde que nous voulons meilleur. Je voudrais vous remercier de m'avoir l'occasion. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you very much. That was His Excellency Mr. Jerome Crowell, Embassy of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire in Japan, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary. We will now have a speech from His Excellency Mr. Philippe Seton, Ambassador Extraordinary in Plenipotentiary, Embassy France in Japan.
Good afternoon. Although I am the French representative and a member of Francophonie, I will make my speech in English since I was asked to. First of all, I would like to thank Miss Taeko Tada for inviting me once again. It's the second time to take part in this event, and it is indeed a precious moment which gives us the opportunity to hear the ambitions, the expectations, and sometimes the fears or the questions, at least, of the youngest about the world around them. Nevertheless, this should be a moment of optimism and confidence. But as we meet today, we cannot ignore that a war has been underway in Europe since February 24th and the start of the Russians' unjustified and unprovoked aggression against Ukraine. Of course, this is unfortunately not the only armed conflict taking place today, but this Russian war, unexpected on the European continent, may, more than any other, durably alter the world's balance. It constitutes an infringement of international law on which relations between states must be built. It is a violation of the principles of the United Nations Charter, moreover by a permanent member of the Security Council. It has tragic consequences, be they human or material, in Ukraine, be they geopolitical or economic, with in particular the threat of a food crisis on a global scale. According to the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, as of the 1st of August, more than 352 children have been killed, and more than 571 were injured in Ukraine. Unfortunately, it is likely that the real figures are significantly higher. And I would like to pay tribute to these victims. And it is also in these tragic circumstances that we should invite all the children attending this event today not to give up any of their hopes or projects, and on the contrary, to deepen their commitment to peace. Thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。フランス大使館特命全権大使フィリップ・セトン閣下よりスピーチを頂戴いたしました。どうもありがとうございました。
Next, we have His Excellency Mr. Gorgui, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, Ambassador Republic of Senegal in Japan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Their Excellencies, dear ambassadors, colleagues from Côte d'Ivoire, France, and Tunisia, this is Taeko Tada, organizer, Excellencies, and I already said members of the diplomatic corps, and representative of the National Gate, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. My name is Guzy. I am the ambassador of Senegal in Japan, and I would like first to thank Mrs. Taiko Tada for her kind invitation. So I think that when children, who are the future of the world, talk about peace, it's very important to come and hear from them. So it is why I was very happy to join you today in this very important gathering. But there is also two other important reasons for why I decided, and I was also very happy to be here this afternoon. It is number one, because we are diplomats, and I think that as diplomats, we have to establish and to maintain peace, especially peaceful relations between countries and nations. But the number two reason is that I come from Senegal, a country which population is estimated with 42% people under the age of 15. It means that we have a very young population. And to us, it is from these young people that we want to build our human capital, which is, as you all know, critical for our economic and social development. So based on that, our government has initiated a national strategy for protection and promotion of children. And this strategy is in line with laws and conventions at national, at sub-regional, and at international level. So this strategy aims to protect children against violence, aims also to ensure respect for their rights, but also to guarantee their access to education and health. And we want to make sure that also we ensure that their food security. But above all, to us, what is most important is the need for children to live in a peaceful world. And for that, we do think that using education to build peace in the minds of men and women, starting with young people, as we are doing it today, is the most important. And it is why I will join my colleague and brothers ambassador of Côte d'Ivoire in quoting the motto of UNESCO, because I think that this project is in line with the meaning of UNESCO motto, which declares, I quote, and the ambassador of Côte d'Ivoire already said it in French, "Since wars begin in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defenses of peace must be constructed. End of quotation. So, to me, it is why this Children's World Peace Summit is extremely important, and it is why I warmly congratulate Mrs. Taeko Tada, not only for organizing it, but also for bringing young people from different parts of the world, including my continent, Africa, and I do recognize the representative of Côte d'Ivoire, which have had the occasion to give us a very important illustration, example of what the African wisdom consider peace must be. And the best quotation came from the former president of Côte d'Ivoire, that peace is not only a word, but behavior. So it is why I think this meeting is very important. Once again, congratulations. But also I would like to congratulate, of course, the young participants for their very powerful message, message of peace, of course, but message of wisdom. And I think it's very important that the message be conveyed to all the young people throughout the world. Of course, I would like to congratulate the National Diet and the Minister of Foreign Affairs for giving their support to this initiative. And of course, I once again thank and congratulate my colleagues, ambassadors. I'm sure that they will have also an occasion to give a very inspiring message to add to the inspiration our young speakers have had in this afternoon's event. So this is the message I wanted to deliver. Once again, it was a very good occasion for us to come and get inspiration from the young speakers and to listen to their very strong and powerful messages. So thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you. That was His Excellency Mr. Gorgi Sis, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, Embassy of the Republic of Senegal in Japan.
Mohamed Elumi, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, Embassy of the Republic of Tunisia. Thank you very much, Mr. Elumi.
よろしくお願いいたします。
Excellencies, Excellency Mr. Inoue Shinji, Excellencies, dear colleagues, ambassadors and diplomats, distinguished guests, future leaders, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Mohamed Elumi. I'm ambassador of Tunisia to Japan. I'm so glad to be here today, taking part for the second time in this Children's World Peace Summit. And I'd like to thank the organizers of this wonderful event for your kind invitation, especially Mrs. Tada Taeko. I sincerely was impressed by the speeches of all the participants, the future leaders. It's wonderful to perceive this strong commitment towards peace in the world. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware of the challenges that we are facing today and the conflicts we are unfortunately witnessing. However, I keep big hope for the future with this kind of initiatives and with this spirit of engagement, solidarity, and cooperation that we listen this afternoon. We rely on you, children, but future leaders, on the future generation to work together, hand in hand, in order to make the world a better place to live. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the humanity is facing unprecedented challenges, including conflicts in Africa, in the Arab world, in Europe, and in different parts of the world. Challenges include also climate change and global warming. These threats are menacing the lives of many humankind around the world and threatening the destiny of many countries and many people. As we are doing our best to tackle these challenges through SDGs, we are relying on you, future leaders, to joint efforts and to create a common mindset to better deal with these challenges. Peace is always possible when we are together and share common destiny. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this year my country, Tunisia, is hosting two major international gatherings. First one is TICAD 8 in few days, at the end of this month. Another major event is the Francophonie Summit in the month of November. And these two major international gatherings are tackling, among other issues, peace. To conclude, let me seize this opportunity to say that Tunisia is warmly welcoming all our guests from Japan, Africa, Francophone countries, and all parties involved in both summits. And I would like to encourage you, future leaders, for working together towards peace, security, and development all over the world. Again, I reiterate my joy and happiness to be here today with you for the second time, and I wish you all the success. Thank you very much.
どうもありがとうございました。チュニジア共和国大使館
Thank you very much,
大使モハメッド・エルーミ閣下より
Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, Embassy of the Republic of Tunisia, His Excellency Mr. Mohamed Elumi. Thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you.
続きまして、
Now we invite Mr. Taimur Zulfikar, Consular Diplomat, Embassy of Pakistan, delivering the next speech.
In the name of Allah, the All-Compassionate, the Most Merciful. Ms. Taiko Tada, the representative of the Peace Project, Honorable Shinji Inouye, member of the House of Representatives and Chief Advisor to the Children World Peace Summit, honorable judges, and dear children who participated in today's speech, excellencies from the Diplomatic Corps, members of media, colleagues from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, dignitaries, konnichiwa, good afternoon, and may peace be upon you. My name is Taimur Zulfikar. I am the counselor in Embassy of Pakistan in Japan. I'd like to convey my deep gratitude to the Secretariat of Children World Peace Summit for invitation for today's ceremony, and it is indeed heartening to know that the initiative taken by Ms. Tada has entered its third year. Peace, ladies and gentlemen, is a global language, which we know. And I'd like to also mention that I'm not standing here not only as a representative of Pakistan, but also as a proud father to my son, Hadi bin Taimur, who was selected by the delegates to do a speech in today's event. So the theme of the summit, the ceremony today, is peace. It resonates as a common idea for all of us as human beings. If we look around us, we see the sufferings of people because of the lack of peace. And I would like to mention that there is no better place to talk about peace than perhaps Japan. And of course, the city of Hiroshima, which suffered the worst of the disasters in the form of the nuclear attacks in 1945. So this initiative is well appreciated, well taken, and much needed. Because peace, ladies and gentlemen, is a thing which we all strive and pray for. Hearing to the speeches of the children representatives from around the globe, from Japan, from Lithuania, from Cote d'Ivoire, from Pakistan, from France, it is heartening to know that, the future of generations who have to represent us, they are aware that, peace is something which we should all cherish and we should all look forward to. And for me personally, it is very heartening to know that our future generations, they are aware and they know the issues which we face and the ideas put forward by these young children, are very, very noble. I hope they are replicated in Japan, in Pakistan, and in countries around the world. So I'll not take much of your time. To conclude, I'd like to say, I'd like to wish the Secretariat of the Global Peace Summit more speed and best of luck. I hope we have more ceremonies like this in future. And I hope that the world moves slowly and gradually towards peace. Because, as the ambassador of Senegal very rightly mentioned, that, as diplomats, it is a foremost job to secure peace. And it is said that when diplomacy fails, war starts. So as a global ambassadors, as global citizens, we make a pledge to be following the principles of peace, and we hope for a world which is free of any conflict and free of any war. Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございました。パキスタン大使館参事官公館、タイムル・ズリフィカール様よりスピーチを頂戴いたしました。どうもありがとうございました。続きまして、リトアニア共和国大使館一等書記官
Ms. Kristina Sharti, First Secretary, Embassy of the Republic of Lithuania, will deliver a speech. A warm welcome to you, Ms. Sharti.
皆さん、こんにちは。私はクリスティナ・シャテと申します。リトアニア共和国大使館の一等書記官です。これから英語でお願いします。Excellencies, honorable guests, organizers, judges, participants, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to convey a message from the government of Republic of Lithuania, and in particular, the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Lithuania, Egidijus Meilūnas. On July the 4th, 2022, in Vilnius, he wrote, "I'm honored to greet all participants of the Third Children's World Peace Summit. I thank you and organizers for the amazing effort to reach out to the wild world and gather you all here in Tokyo to exchange views on world peace and your role in maintaining it. I cannot but commend you all for aspiration to play an active role in building a peaceful international society and your readiness to take responsibility for the future you all live in. Now, when we face Russia's aggressive war against peaceful Ukraine and its repercussions everywhere in the globe, it is of utmost importance for all of us to cooperate and to join our efforts in order to avert the further devastation of people's lives, homes, and hopes of a safe and secure environment. Lithuania celebrates 100 years of relations and friendship between our country and Japan this year. This centenary is marked with the legacy of the Japanese diplomat Chiyune Sugihara and his visas for life. I believe that his heroic deeds, which saved thousands of Jews during World War II
can serve as a good example for us that with the right values, attitude, and action, it is possible to avert great tragedies and bring hope. Let me wish you all a fruitful exchange of ideas at the summit, which you all did, and I count on your tireless support in promoting global peace and prosperity. Sincerely yours. Thank you very much for all of us and to you all. 誠にありがとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much. Now, as a speech by Christian Shati, the First Secretary, Embassy of the Republic of Lithuania. This concludes the speeches by representatives of embassies of various countries. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we will now move on to the award ceremony. First, the 8 Peaceful Award winners will be honored. The first winner is Mr. Zango Dekao Cheika Budul Majid. Please come forward. The second winner is Litis Bartolsaitis. Please come forward, both of you. Mr. Hikosaburo Bando will now present the plaque to each winner. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to the 2 winners. Congratulations. Okay, please return to your seats. Next, the third winner is Mr. Haruta Otaki. Congratulations. And the fourth winner is Mr. Rui Kondo. Please come forward, both of you. We will have Ms. Natasha Guzy present the plaque to each winner. The plaque. Please, everyone, give them a warm round of applause. Mr. Haruta Otaki and Mr. Louis Kondo. Congratulations, both of you. Please return to your seats. Next, the fifth winner is Mr. Leo Shimomura. Congratulations. Please come forward. And the sixth winner is Mr. Hadi Bentaimu. We will have Mr. Kamezo Bando present the 2 winners with the plaque. Warm round of applause, everyone, please. Okay, please return to your seats. Thank you. Okay, the 7th winner is Ms. Yuki Ito, who unfortunately could not be with us today in person. And the 8th winner is Ms. Moto Hale Marie France. Please come forward.
Now, the most peaceful award will be given to child representatives that have made speeches today. 3 people will receive the most peaceful award for the particularly wonderful speeches. The first winner is Yuna Nonaka. Congratulations. Please come forward. The second winner is Mirei Kadonaga. Congratulations. Please come to the stage. The third winner is Yuka Takenaka. Congratulations. Please come forward. Now, on behalf of the judges, Ms. Yamazaki will present each of you with a bouquet and a plaque. Thank you very much, Ms. Yamazaki.
はい、おめでとうございます。拍手をお願い申し上げます。はい、素敵な花束も贈られます。
Congratulations. A beautiful bouquet will accompany your plaque. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
ありがとうございます。はい、もう一度大きな拍手をお送りください。はい、ありがとうございます。それでは一旦お席の方にお戻りくださいませ。さあ、ここでですね、続きまして第3回子ども世界平和サミットを振り返りまして、審査委員長の山崎直子様より講評を頂戴いたしたいと存じます。
At this third Children's World Peace Summit, especially Ms. Taiko Tada and every representative from various countries, sponsors, and all the stakeholders, I thank you all for your effort in achieving this event. Everyone who spoke today, who made a speech today, thank you very much for your hard work. I was so impressed by each of your speeches. I am so proud of you as well. You are representatives of more than 200 people from 8 countries. This is my second year to be here as a chairperson of the jury. And this year we have Natasha Guzy from Ukraine, and we have also Hikosabu Obento and Kamezo Obento, and we also have Mr. Kataoka and myself. We make 5 judges, and we gave 5 points to each participant, a children's representative, and we were wishing that we would be able to give more most peaceful awards today because all the speeches were so wonderful. I was on the jury today. However, I learned a lot from you. How about you? Did you also receive so much stimulus from each other? Did you feel that? So let's spread this feel of inspiration to the world. And it was mentioned that there will be Osaka Kansai World Exposition in 2025, and I'm an advisor of that as well. Last year, Ms. Uchumi, who was a winner of last year and who was made the opening speech today, that was also wonderful. Goethe from Germany, who's a poet in Germany, says, if one person doesn't have a strong enough will to lift a rock, even if there are 2 people, it is impossible to lift the rock. So it's very important to have a strong will by one, and with that strong will, we'll be able to achieve something really great. And this summit as well, as we go on with this activity will become stronger and stronger with each of our will and awareness. This will be such a major event, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that everyone come together in achieving this goal. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Ms. Yamazaki.
続きまして名誉顧問自由民主党衆議院議員井上真司先生より総評を頂戴したいと存じます。井上先生、よろしくお願いします。Overall comment from
Mr. Shinji Inoue.
Hello, everyone. It was a long day for everyone, I think, and congratulations for the winners. I myself, last year I was invited to the event, but I could not attend it. So I was wondering how the presentations were from the teenagers, to be honest, but it was beyond my expectations. It was amazing. Speeches, and of course the language capability, but more than that, the contents of your speeches, it was based on what you experienced and what your thoughts were based on that. There was so much uniqueness. Also, there were specific proposals. That was another good thing. Among those specific proposals, there were some things that needs to be resolved with political situations. So I would like to take that as a reference, and we as politicians, of course, would like to duly make our efforts for a peaceful world. When talking about I myself, I have 3 children, all of them in their teens. Well, my children, they're always doing sports, music, they do not study at all. So compared to you all, I feel that they are not capable enough. But Golden Week this year, we went to Hiroshima because I wanted to show them the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum. And then, surprisingly, my children mentioned and asked me many things about the atomic bombs and the peace of the world. And we were able to talk about things as a family. As Yamazaki Naoko-san mentioned earlier on, the capability for each individual may be small, but when all those small capabilities gather, we can do anything. World peace, of course, is not easy. It's easier to talk about peace, but if we all try to thrive and make efforts to make that peace happen, I think we can create something big. We would like the younger generation to take each step, and we as adults, of course, would like to hold each other's hand and make that effort. The Osaka Kansai Expo, which is going to come in 3 years' time, that is a great opportunity for us to communicate that to the world. So let us continue to communicate the world peace and to realize the world peace that everybody envisions. Thank you, everybody, for your speech.
井上先生、ありがとうございました。それでは最後に、ナターシャ・グジー様へ世界の平和を祈りまして、子どもディレクターの日比福助さんより花束を贈呈させていただきたいと思います。
Mr. Hibi from the children's representatives would like to present Ms. Natasha Guzy a bouquet of flowers with a wish for a peaceful Ukraine. Fukusuke Hibi, who is a children's director, is presenting Ms. Natasha Guzy a bouquet of flowers representing peace. The third Children's World Peace Summit, sponsored by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan, has now come to an end.